Hello friends, Debbie here with Debbie Gets Crafty, and I want to welcome you to my channel and thank you for stopping in today. Today is going to be a little different. Usually on Saturdays I do a live with my twin sister Judy from All Fired Up Crafting Lounge and with Robbie from Facebook, and but today I decided to do something a little different. Now what you see in front of you is a basic Amazon box. Let me just lift that up with that smiley face. It's covered with tape, but it is an Amazon box. It's a package that I got for a diamond painting or crafting or something. And when I saw this box, I knew I wanted to repurpose it. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I love to repurpose things. I'm what you call frugal. I am budget friendly to the max, and when it came to my storage of my spare drills, I wanted to keep my spare drills, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money on storage solutions for my spare drills. So when I saw this box, I thought, this would make a perfect solution to my spare drill storage. And what I decided to do was turn this plain Amazon box into, you guessed it, my very own storage drill storage box. So in this box I have all of my spare drills that I have saved from my previous paintings that I've completed, all of the ones that have DMC codes. Now there's a reason why I mention this, because there are some kits that either come with no DMC codes on them, or it might be a special drill kit with rhinestones or special types of stones that you would use, and you typically get more than what you need for that particular project. Well, this happens to be a storage container box for my drills that have DMC codes on them. And honestly, folks, it couldn't have been easier to make. You take the box that's already there. It came with whatever I ordered, and I used Amazon Prime, so it was shipped for free. So the box was pretty much free to me. And I had my husband take another box and cut out these dividers on them and just slip them right in. Just cut them just long enough to where they snugly fit into the box. And then there you have it. We have a storage solution for my spare drills. And at the head of each of these rows, I have, you all know these, you recognize these, because every time you get a diamond painting kit, you'll get a kit that has a drill, a pen, or maybe two pens, maybe some baggies and some wax. Well, I know we all have spare packets hanging around of these little toolkits. So I decided to use 4 or 5 of these and just place them at the head of each of the rows. Now, when I happen to be leafing through, say I'm looking for 208, and I happen to be leafing through, and let's see here. Watch, I probably won't even have a 208, but we'll make do with what we get. So we'll say 223. Well, I want to take that out, but I don't want to lose my place. So I'll just put my boat there just to save my place. And I fumble around and do what I have to do with my 223 and put it back right where it was in numerical order. So I have one set up for each row. Now I do have a little bit of room in each row for my ever expanding drills that I get, with each kit that I kit down. Sometimes the bag might be full. For example, I have several bags of 310. So when I fill up a bag of, for example, 310, I need enough room to put that bag in and start a new bag, which I have right here, which is actually almost full. So I'll be starting another bag of 310. So I left myself a little bit of room to groove in each row. So what I want to do is I want to show you what I do. It's very easy. Honestly, I just told you, but I want to show you what I do to make this particular box so I can put my special rhinestones and the drills that do not have DMC codes on them. I don't get very many of those, so I'll use a smaller version of this system. So what we'll do is we'll set this aside. Right under there. And I forgot to take the label off of this particular box, so bear with me for one moment while I go ahead and let's see, we're going to use a little bit of ingenuity, and I have a roll of tape here that if I can find the edge, I will go ahead and cover up. Well, I will take a piece of masking tape and cover it up, and then there we go. Okay. Sorry folks, I did not come prepared. I thought I was, but of course I wasn't. So we'll go ahead and cover that address up, because I think the world of you all, but you don't need to know where I live. So we'll take care of it that way. All right, now that we have that taken care of, this is the size box that we'll use for our special drills and our rhinestones. And I do have some that I want to put away in a bit of an orderly fashion. So we're going to take this box. Now, I happen to have off camera a larger box that I'm going to cut one of these side flaps off of this larger box that I have. So give me one moment using my very sharp scissors. Folks, keep a watch on your kids. Don't let them around sharp objects like scissors. And so I'm going to cut one of these flaps off camera. Again, I'm very prepared. Go. Okay, that's one, and I want to make sure I have enough, so I'm going to cut a second one as well. So, one more moment, please. Okay, which happens to be also, if you can tell, it says Prime on it, so we get a lot of Amazon Prime products here at our house. So anyway, so here I have my two flaps that I want to use to separate, just make a couple. I might be able to get 3 separations in here. So what I'll do is, and I may need a third box flap, which is fine. I have it. So I'm going to lay this on top of the box. It's just like that. All right, but just inside. See that? Now at the bottom, it actually has a little crease in it. So I think that's where I'm going to cut, just below that little crease. I'm going to cut across just below that little crease. And that should fit into that box. Let's take a look and see. So just below, here we go. The struggle is real, my friends. So we'll flip it over and we'll cut this way as well. There we go. Now, honestly, my friends, I mean, this is just my little way of doing things, and it may not set well with all of you. You may not like the way I do things, which is fine. Listen, we're not here, you know, I'm not going to please everybody. All my content won't please everybody all the time, but maybe somebody who is using a more budget-friendly route to store their drills, they may get some good use out of this tutorial and want to try it for themselves. So it fits snugly, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted. And so if you notice, it's a bit tall for the box. I'll turn it around. It's a bit tall. So I'm thinking I might be able to get away with clipping this in half, just folding it around and clipping it in half, or trying to do the best I can to clip it in half. And that might be my second divider. So I might be able to get more than one divider out of this one piece of cardboard, which is okay with me. So let's go ahead and I'm going to trim just a little bit more off the edge here, so it'll fit a little bit more, there you go, evenly. There we go. That might work. So we have the length. So now I want to make sure the height. So if I go ahead and remove the base, now, again, what I do might not jive with everybody, and I get that. But I'm not an engineer in any way, and I'm not anybody who uses specific measurements or anything. That's just not me. I'm sorry, guys, but it's not. I just look at something and see what way I can make it work for me, for what I need, my needs. And it may be a little unconventional. I may think outside of the box, so to speak, but this is what I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold this over, just give it a little crease. And you know what, guys? That looks pretty okay to me. So I'm just going to cut it right down the middle as best I can, using that crease as a guide. It may not be perfect, but it will work for what I want it to. You know why? Because nobody is going to come over and ask to look at my drill storage specifically. It's only for me. So if I don't mind, that's fine. I'm the only one I have to impress. I don't need to show this off to anybody else. This will be the only time anybody will see it, most likely. So if this little system works for me, well, then we have a winner. Okay, so we have 2 dividers now, and I think that's wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead, bring the box back into picture. Hello there. And let's see what we have. We'll take the first divider and put that in. I may have to trim a little tiny bit off the end, which is okay. That happens. Just a little tiny bit. I'm not going to take too much off, because if it's a little snug, that's okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. And take our little cuttings out of here. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So there we have that one. There we go. Oops. There we go. And again, it's not absolutely perfectly 1000% straight, but I don't mind. I don't think, I know I'm not going to call the crafting police. But if somebody else out there wants to, by all means, that's okay. That's okay. And you do what you want. That'll suit your needs. But for me, there we go. I may trim this just a little bit more. But for me, this is going to be just great. There we go. Okay. This is still a little too snug for my liking. So what I'm going to do is, since it's corrugated, it comes with these little lines, so that's a little bit of a guide. Makes it a little bit easier. There we go. That fits in there perfect. And then this one. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to take a bag. Bear with me for one moment. Let me show you what I'm using this for. So I have a bag of crystals and ABs. And I also have a bag of drills with no DMC codes on them. So this is why I want to use this box. So let me go ahead and take out one of the bags. I don't care which ones. And, oh, we have plenty of room. As a matter of fact, boy, I could fit a lot. I could probably cut, I'll show you, I could probably cut another couple at least. Let's go ahead and take a couple more bags so we can get a little guide. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I can bring that into there. Friends, I could probably get another row in here. And this is just, friends, for my special crystals and ABs and my DMC, no DMC numbers. So that's going to be great. Let's do this then. So we'll take this out. We'll take all of our drills out and just set them aside. Okay. And set the box aside. As a matter of fact, I'll empty the garbage out. I have a little pail here. And I'll take and empty the garbage off of here. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to use this for my template to make a third divider. Okay, so we'll go ahead right here and measure that. Well, we'll cut along. Actually, I'll do it on this side. There we go, that'll be easier. And just cut along there. There we go. Okay. I'll cut all the way up. There we go. And then we'll just cut across. There we go. We actually made ourselves 2 more dividers. And I'm just going to cut the tape off of this side. Actually, maybe we can peel it off because I might get to use this. There There we go. And you know what, friends? When you're done making these dividers, you can decorate the outside of the box if you'd like with some contact paper or wrapping paper, or even just plain brown bag paper. You can go ahead and decorate the outside of the box, make it look pretty. Myself, like I said, I'm the only one that's going to be seeing it, so I don't need it to be fancy. I just need it to be functional. There we go. There we go. All right, so we went ahead, made an extra divider. We'll bring our box back in. Put one divider, two divider, and three dividers. There we go. And I'll straighten them out as we put drills in them. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, I'm just going to start with my no DMC drill numbers. Okay? And they're not in any, I have no way of knowing what colors are what or anything like that. So, it really doesn't make a difference to me how they go in, just as long as I have them somewhere other than a plastic bag. So I'm just going to set these aside, take a handful, make sure all the bags are facing upwards. There we go. And I am going to start placing them in the box. I'll put them back there. I'll tell you why I'm putting them back there. So, just make sure all the tops are up. I give them a little shake to distribute the drills, and then I set them in. Now, here's where, let's see here. Well, what I can do is, I don't have them right here handy, but I do have other green boats. I thought I had a stack full of them, and unfortunately I don't see them, but that's okay. I know they're here somewhere. Oh, here they are. Okay, I thought I had them. So of course I have these spare green boats. So what I'll do is, once I fill the roll up with however many I want to put in there, if there's not enough, if there's, you know, not enough drills to fill the row, set them like that. And since these are just spares that don't have any DMCs, I'm not going to get fancy and put a piece of cardboard in there to make sure they stand up straight. No, that's just not me. So what I can do though is I can take a boat, stand them up. There we go. There we go. And that'll keep them from falling over. And if they fall over, it doesn't matter. It's okay. If you haven't already noticed by now, I'm not the type of person who needs to have things perfect. I'm just not that way. I can't help it. Function is fine with me, you know. It doesn't have to be pretty as long as it works. Now, I will, perhaps, if I feel like it, pretty up the outside of the box, but the function is still there, whether it's decorated or not. The function of what I need it to do is still there. So, I'll continue and just enter these in. They're not standing up, and that's okay. Just going to go ahead, make sure that they're all at least facing upward. go. Give it a little shimmy shake and then set it in there. And the more I get, the more I'll put in there, and they'll start to stand up straighter. But for now, they're tired from moving to their new home, so they'll lay down probably, and I'll be okay with that. And I may get a wild hair at some point, take them out, and try to separate them into some kind of a color scheme. The reds and the wine colors and the browns and the blacks and the oranges and yellows and greens and blues and all that. Today is not that day, friends. And that's okay, because I don't think they're going to tell anybody. All right, so this happens to be a spare that I got in a package too. So, and you know what? Since they're not standing up today, I'm not going to yell at them. I'm just going to put the boat in there and we'll handle it when we handle it. That's okay. Now, that takes care of my no DMC numbers. So on the other side, I'm going to put my crystals. And in the middle, somewhere, I'll put the ABs. And then as I get more of whatever, whichever one I use or need room for, then I'll space accordingly. But honestly, I don't do that many special drill projects, and I don't have that many projects with ABs, and I don't really, honestly, there's not many projects that I do that I get drills that don't have any DMC codes. Isn't that beautiful? I love that little cabochon looking stone. And I keep them because you never know what you might like to give a little, you know, special treatment to. As a matter of fact, once we're done with this, I'll show you a little something that, because I had some extra crystals, what I was able to do, I gave a little special treatment to my latest project that I was working on. There we go. And again, they're not standing up either. They're tired from the move, and that's okay. Now, if you'll notice, these bags don't match. Why? Because I'm not going to use my good bags that I buy for the sole purpose of spare drill storage for the ones that are the special drills or the drills that don't have any DMC codes. So these are bags that I got from, say you get a toolkit that has 4 or 5 bags in them. Well, I'll use those bags. Or if I get a kit that's kitted up in bags, then I'll use those bags and keep them for things just like this. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. See all these beautiful, these are gorgeous drills right here. And I'm just separating them, making sure they're all standing upright. And again, you know, once there's a day that I'd like to sit down and take the time to go through and separate per shape or per color scheme, something like that, then I'll go ahead and go through and neaten up the row and, you know. But for today, it was just the sole purpose of getting this project complete and showing you my way of that I store my drills, and how easy it is that you can do it for yourself as well, and you can make it as fancy or as simple as you like. It is completely up to you. Like I said, there's not going to be any drill storage police that comes around and demands to see this storage and fine me if it's not up to code. So if it was, I'd be in trouble. And that's okay. That's my middle name. Aren't these gorgeous, friends? I love these. With the purple and the gold. Love them. And then some little gold roses. And then I have one little pearly AB that are tiny, tiny, tiny little drills, so I'll put them over here too. So that's that. And then I'll take a boat and I'll throw that right there because eventually I might have enough to make something out of. So then in the middle, this isn't sitting up too well, but that's okay because once I start filling in and get more, then this will slide in and it'll fit snugly, which is fine. For now, it's flopping around, but that's okay. So now my ABs are now in storage. What I'll do is I'll keep this little bag with the boats in them and I'll put them right there. And what I was talking about with the spare bags, this is just a package of spare bags that I've gotten. If you notice, it's got numbers on them for kits that I've gotten that are kitted up, used and put away in my other storage container for my drills with the DMCs. And I just save whatever bags I get and put them in a bag like this. And then I'll just put this bag right in here as well. So this way, when I go to kit down a special drills, or if they didn't, you know, come with the baggies already, I'll have baggies already for them. Just like that. So that's what I use. Now, this is as simple as it gets, friends. I'm done. If I don't want to do anything else with this box, I don't have to. If I want to draw a pretty picture because it's blank, that's what I'll do to pretty it up. If I want to leave it blank, I'll leave it blank. It's all up to what I want to do. If I want to cover it with contact paper, then I'll do it. If not, I'm okay with that. So I wanted to show you what I used some of my spare drills for, the spare special drills. I recently completed this picture that I did for our February theme, which is strong women. And this is from one of my favorite TV shows. And these women, I think, are pretty darn strong. And funny and inspirational. And when you see them, you'll know why. You'll know. If you know, you know. I had put some, I haven't yet sealed the picture, so I need to neaten up the edges, because when I put masking tape around it to hold it onto my light pad, when I peeled it off, it tore back some of the fabric, but that's okay. So this is who I chose for my strong women for Sassy Crafting Sisters and Misters February theme month. Isn't that adorable? And it says, live like Rose, dress like Blanche, think like Dorothy, and speak like Sophia. Now, friends, when I first got this, it just came with just the plain drills, which I think are pretty enough, sure. But I saw something special in this, and I thought, I want to add a little something special to each of these beautiful ladies and add a little something extra to each of their names, because all of the writing was supposed to be just simple black beads. So for Rose, I decided to, and I don't know if you can see, but for Rose, I decided to bling up her neckline a little. So I put some special crystals there. For Blanche, I decided to bling up her belt buckle, so I put a little special something there. For Dorothy, I decided to bling up her sleeves, the edge of her sleeves, so I blinged those up a little bit. And then, of course, for Miss Sophia, I decided to bling up her glasses a little bit, so I gave her a little sparkle. And then for each of the ladies' names, I added colored rhinestones instead of the black beads, just to give it a little extra something special, because let's face it, these ladies are something special for sure. So that's what I used, just some of my extra special rhinestones that I got from another kit that I used. And that's why I like to keep my drills, just in case there's a project that I might want to use to zhuzh up or, you know, work on. And or if I'm missing any beads that I might happen to have a color of, I can use them. So that's why I keep my beads, my drills. But, you know, that's why I made the box that I have. And let's go ahead and straighten you up. There we go. So that's why I made the bigger spare drill box for all of my spare drills with the AB numbers, with the DMC numbers. And then today we went ahead and made a special smaller size storage for my rhinestones and special drills, and then drills that do not have DMC numbers on them. And they'll get put to good use, because say I run out of something and I may not have that particular DMC number. Well, I'll take some time once I get this all in order, like of a color standpoint. I can look through and see maybe I might have exactly what I'm looking for in a bag that doesn't have a DMC code to it, or maybe it's close enough that I can match it up. Well, why not use those? Or if I have a project that I'd like to put some beads on, use these. You know what I mean? So if you happen to keep your spare beads and you want to have them in a storage container that gives you a little bit more order, then I say go for it. You know, you don't have to break the bank spending a lot of money on special containers and boxes and such. Use what you have. If you're budget friendly, if you're looking to get, you know, the functionality out of it, then use what you have. I mean, I got this box for free because I ordered something and it came packaged that way. Well, why not use it? Put it to good use. Just like the bigger storage box. It came free with an order. So why not use it? And it's working out perfectly for me, and maybe it'll work out perfectly for you. I sure hope it does. And I hope that you got some great ideas today. I hope you saw that it's very easy, a great project to do. It takes no time at all. And in no time, you can have your storage of your spare drills tackled and all in one place, all neatly organized. May not be the most beautiful, but it will be the most functional. And with that, I want to thank you for taking time to spend with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed spending time with you. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on my videos, and also hit that bell notification and you'll be notified each time that I upload a video. Please catch me on Saturdays with my twin sister Judy from All Fired Up Crafting Lounge and Robbie from Facebook at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Please also hop on over to Facebook and join our Facebook group, Sassy Crafting Sisters and Misters, because we will let you know whose channel will be on each week and what time to tune in. And that will be today's tutorial is what I'm using to substitute for my live show today. I'm not going to be going live today. I decided to take the weekend off and spend it with my family. As some of you know, my little dog Liberty has had some health issues recently, And so we're at the point now where it's time to just make her feel comfortable. Eventually she will be gaining her angel wings and crossing the Rainbow Bridge. So this week we just wanted to spend some quality time with our little Liberty Belle. And I certainly hope that you understand. I thank you so very much if you've made it to the end of this video. I'll keep you posted on Liberty's progress and what's going on with her. I do thank you all for your well wishes and prayers. Please continue those. She's the sweetest little dog, and we just, you know, we never want to see our little fur baby suffer, and we're just making her comfortable right now. But I do want to thank you all for your thoughts and prayers. My husband Todd and I, we appreciate it so very much, and Liberty does as well. She's hanging in there. She's a tough little stinker. And folks, just do me a favor. Please be good to yourselves. Please be kind to one another. Watch out for your friends, your family, your neighbors, and all of those animals that you consider your pets. Until we see each other again, my friends, please take care of yourselves and know that from my heart to yours, I love you. You have a great day, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week on Judy's channel, All Fired Up Crafting Lounge, on YouTube, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for some great fun, great laughs, and maybe a little bit of crafting. Goodbye.